May I now request Professor Anjali Agrawal to take her speech.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to extend my thanks to the organizers for giving me this opportunity to share my views and my presentation with all of you. It's a very great privilege. I'll be speaking on role of fragrances and colors in feel-good factor. As we all know that this is a conference on wellness, and we had been talking about wellness for the past 2 days. So, role of fragrances and colors in our wellness I'll be discussing on. I'll start my deliverance with this shlok. चितायाक्ष बिंदु मात्रम विशिष्यते चिता दहति निर्जीवम चिंता दहति जीवनम. इस श्लोक में अगर आप देखेंगे तो एक बिंदु का फर्क है चिंता और चिता में, लेकिन दोनों ही चीजें जो है वो चिंता भी और चिता भी जलाती है. चिंता जीते हुए इंसान को जो जीवित है उसको जलाती है और चिता मृत इंसान को जलाती है. तो इसलिए हमको चिंताओं से दूर रहना चाहिए, क्योंकि कल से जो हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं लगातार स्ट्रेस की, वेलनेस में स्ट्रेस का एक बहुत बड़ा रोल है. Well, yesterday our honorable vice chancellor also mentioned about it, that when I is replaced by we, it becomes illness, becomes wellness. So it is the togetherness, it is the company which gives wellness. We had been talking about wellness, so I will not go much into the details of this. Wellness is an active process for a healthy and fulfilling life. It is a dynamic process, and it is not merely the absence of disease, but it is a complete physical, mental and social well-being. There are different dimensions of wellness. There may be 5, there may be 6. On large, there are 8 dimensions, but major dimensions of wellness are physical, emotional, spiritual, intellectual, environmental and social. We had a very detailed talk on physical, emotional, spiritual, intellectual, environmental and social wellness in the morning. So I will not go into the details of all these. Let's come to the next point, that is wellness. Why wellness is important? Wellness is important because everything we do and every emotion we feel relates to our well-being. Therefore, it is important for everyone to achieve the optimal wellness. And if one achieves the optimal wellness, there are chances that we reduce the risk of illness and ensure positive interaction. Wellness is the combination of body, spirit and mind. So, we had been talking about physical wellness, and in that mental wellness is the most important. And mental wellness is achieved more or large by different fragrances. Different fragrances play a very important role in mental wellness, and there are neurological disorders like dementia and Alzheimer's disease, which can be cured by the use of scents or fragrances to achieve mental wellness. Scent is featured both in the diagnosis of Alzheimer's and in its treatment. Losing the sense of smell is the first symptom, which is considered as the first symptom of the disease. And scent therapy has been found effective in short-term and long-term memory loss. Scent is the most powerful trigger of emotion and memory. It influences the emotions of human beings, and it is believed that 75% of the emotions we generate on a daily basis are affected by smell. That is why we are able to recognize things by their scent 100 times more effectively than by hear or touch. As soon as we smell something, we always recall, oh, it is so. So scent is so tied to memories, which can transport us to another place or time. How it happens? That recent researches have revealed that our olfactory system consists of approximately 1000 olfactory genes, and they all are able to recognize various smells. They can recognize almost 10,000 different odors. Out of 5 senses, smell is considered the best memory, and the researchers have proved that the sense of smell is the first sense to develop in the fetus even. By the first trimester, the fetus, the babies can smell what mom is eating, and it influences their future tastes. Once born, smell is the most important, and the babies orient themselves to the smell what they have already perceived during their gestation period. Neurologists have identified a strong connection between smell and memory. When there is a molecule of any scent or essential oil, the scent is inhaled, it travels to the hypothalamus, which produces hormones, and it provokes the reaction. So the sense of smell has a direct impact on brain. Brain's anterior olfactory nucleus and hippocampus have strong neural pathways. Hippocampus is responsible for making new memories. That is how loss of sense of smell is one of the earliest symptoms of Alzheimer. Smell travels from the nose to amygdala, which is responsible for a lot of our emotions. So before going to hippocampus, smell first goes to amygdala, where it is captured and then it is processed in the hippocampus for the sensory signals. So emotion is generated before the sensory process. This way, smell has more impact on human brain. Everything we smell passes by the emotion and memory before we can even smell it. It reaches through the amygdala. Before that, the hippocampus processes the signals and we are able to smell it. Then there comes the aromatherapy. As the word reflects, aroma means therapy with the scents. So it is a age-old practice to treat diseases with the help of scents. However, fragrance development and neuroscience studies, including new formulations, cleaner and greener ingredients, are taking this age-old practice into new directions. Plant-based phytoinhalants. Phytoinhalants means what we inhale from the plant extracts are formulated to treat health symptoms like pain, nausea, and anxiety. There are various kinds of essential oils like chamomile. Most probably, maybe some of you must have heard about. Lemongrass is a very common plant. Most of you must have heard. The essential oil is extracted from it. Then jasmine. Jasmine is also very common plant, and the essential oils are extracted from these plants, and they are used to treat the various ailments. That may include nausea, pain, body ache, migraines, whatever. Whole list of ailments. Essential oils are the compounds which are extracted from plants, and the oils capture the plant's scent or essence. Each essential oil has its own characteristic essence, and it is obtained through distillation. Extracted aromatic oils are combined with the carrier oil for the use. You can't use it as in the pure form. So it is combined with the carrier oil because the dilution of it, which is giving effect for the smell. You must have heard about lavender, rose geranium, rose oil is very common. Most of you must have heard. So these are some of them to name the essential oils. Then there are new scent delivery devices. These are diffusers which are used popularly in the home or workplaces to humidify the air as well as to deliver the perfect scent for better sleep, less stress and more energy. We had been talking in most of the talks that well-being needs at least 6 to 8 hours sleep. So the aroma of different these plant extracts has very important role in giving you the good sleep. And these are the diffusers which keep diffusing the aroma of the plant extracts and also humidifies the rooms. These days, even the good hotels are personalizing the experience of the travelers by giving them opportunity to choose their own fragrance, which can fill their room or their surrounding so that they feel more comfortable in the place where they are staying. Then the new researches have revealed in this science that now, my previous slide I told that man can smell 10,000 odors, but now it has reached up to 1 trillion scents. Man can distinguish between 1 trillion scents. And the next term is use of scent to biohack our brains. Biohack our brains means that the bodies to perform better, like the scent of coffee was used alone. When it was diffused in the environment of workplace, it was found that the performance of the workers of that area was better in the analytical tasks. Any smell which can provoke the work culture or can enhance the capacity to work is used to biohack the brains. Use of aroma in workplace is reported as an invisible mood enhancer. People who work in the pleasant smelling air set higher goals and are more creative in solving. Then again there is a new wellness dimension. This plant, Helichrysum italicum. This has been found rich in aromatic compounds which stimulates the beta endorphins in the body, and beta endorphins are known as feel good endorphins. Feel good, they make you happy and elevate the mood. It is designed to soothe, nurture or inspire passion. The importance of this particular plant product is that it is not necessary that you can smell it, but rather it affects the brain passively. Then the next comes the role of colors. I was talking about fragrances and now I will talk about colors. That is the color psychology, study of how color psychology is study of how colors affect human behavior, mood or physiology. We all know that colors do affect. This hall has been decorated with the colored flowers and it certainly attracts our attention and it gives us good feeling. So colors do affect our brains, but the color perception is very subjective. Means somebody likes light colors, somebody likes dark colors. So it varies from person to person, and the different people have different responses to colors. It is not necessary that everyone would like a certain color. Several factors which influence color perception include age, gender and culture. Of course, it will vary as per these factors. Though there is no direct cause and effect relationship between color and behavior has been found, but some generalizations about colors and what they may symbolize have been determined. Colors including red, yellow and orange are considered warm colors which stimulate excited emotions, whereas blue, violet and green are associated with calmness, coolness and tranquility. You can see the colored flowers. As soon as you see, your mood elevates. Sorry. Then how there is impact of colors on mood, behavior and physiology, I will explain in brief. First is the red color. I will talk in sequence of the spectrum. Red color is warning, love and aggression and rage. It is the longest wavelength color and it gives the signal of danger or triggers alertness. How it does so? It invokes the flight or flee response. या तो भाग जाओ, कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि रेड कलर से हमको लगता है कि सिग्नल आया कोई तो भाग जाओ, अलार्म सिग्नल है ये. ऐसा क्यों होता है? दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ brain's amygdala is triggered, okay, and there is a kind of threatening situation and it raises the metabolism and blood pressure. Then blue, because I have been asked to sum up the talks, I will go quickly. Blue is trust, efficiency, coolness and security. It gives sadness. It is the cooling color and it provokes the melatonin, because melatonin signals the body that it is the time to sleep. So blue light stimulates us to awake or melatonin secretion is stopped during the day. Yellow color, energy, hope, honor, fear and frailness. It attracts our attention and signifies caution. That is why school buses are made yellow. Green color gives us health, compassion, favor, ambition and passivity. It gives us a feeling of lot of food is available. Orange color affects the appetite. It increases our appetite. Is the primary color of fall. Then purple color, it gives us wealth, dignity, wisdom, arrogance and impatience. Pink color is the joyfulness, sweetness, passivity, lack of willpower. Black is the color of aggression, gloom, security, coldness and emptiness. White gives us cleanliness, goodness, coldness. We see colors with our brains, not with our eyes. It is the brain which processes the signals, not our eyes. Our eyes are equipped with only rods and cones. Those students of biology must be knowing it. So we see colors through eyes, but it is processed by the brain. Then I will just briefly tell you about that water has any color? Does? No. We say it is colorless, tasteless, but it has a kind of blue color, and our body, earth, brain and heart, they all comprises 70% around water. So we feel very closely with water. And it is been found that those who live near the water are found more happy and they experience the benefits of it. Then there is one, this is beyond the topic of the talk, Sanskrit effect. It has been found those who recite Sanskrit, their MRI was done and their brains were found larger. So it increases the wellness factor and it gives it is called Sanskrit effect. Sorry. MRI revealed that they have larger brains and their grey matter was more. Thank you very much. I will end my talk with Loka Samasta Sukhno Bhavantu. Thank you. Any questions?
हम लोग खुद ही ट्रायल कर रहे हैं सर. आपको तो नहीं.
Any questions?
I request Professor Sharma to felicitate Dr. Anjali Agrawal. हाँ.
अपने इसमें लैपटॉप से प्ले करते हैं।
आपने कॉफी खाया था?
कभी आपने
मैं वो खाना खाया मुझे क्या अभी तो इसमें इन्होंने अपने से
इसके बाद जो सेशन है वो डॉक्टर गौरव राज का, उसको कंडक्ट कराने के लिए डॉक्टर अखिलेश शर्मा हमारे बीच में है। मैं उनको आमंत्रित करूंगा, कृपया आएं और सेशन को कंडक्ट करें।
हाँ सर
Screening programs in radiology.
ओके
Screening
इसी
programs
में
in radiology.
अरे वो कुछ लोगों ने रिक्वेस्ट कर दी तो हम लोग तो कानपुर के ही हैं
हाँ हाँ जी.
जी